If you want to see me rambling about some random stuff about aim, then this is definitely the video for you. I will see you. Hey guys, how are ya? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see by the title, in this video I'll be giving you some tips to improve your aim. So I was actually supposed to do this video a while back, but I decided that I was gonna put it on hold until I did have enough research, and 2, I need to make sure that my aim is absolutely good, because how can I be telling people how to aim properly if my aim is not good? So actually sacrifice my movement for aim, because I am playing on a iPhone 7 which has a 4.7-inch display, and I'm kind of limited to the things that I can do. So for me it's hard to have excellent movement and excellent aim, so I have to sacrifice one for the other. But come on guys, who needs movement? Like, I don't know about you, but I definitely don't need movement. But if that is your kind of thing, I did do a few videos on movement. They should be in the cards right now, and they will also be in the description below. So I mean, you can go ahead and watch those after you finish watching this video. So the reason why I actually decided to make this video is because I know that a couple YouTubers did do videos on how to aim properly, how to improve your aim, but the problem is they are on a iPad, which is so easier to aim, and we are struggling here with phones. Like, you can't tell me how to aim if you're using an iPad and I'm using a phone, because you definitely don't know how hard this is. So that's basically the reason why I decided to make this video. So that is enough of the chatter, guys. Let me just get right into it. And before I even say anything, if you are new here, because these types of videos now attract new people, so if you are new here, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I am now trying to go for daily uploads, and also make sure you smash that like button. If we can get 500,000 likes on this video, that would be absolutely awesome. Alright guys, I'm gonna start with something so basic that everyone should know this, and if you don't do this, then you should probably delete the game. I'm just joking, please don't hit me guys. So this is basically to put a small button that you don't use at the center of your crosshair. So for me, I use the auto run button. Some people use the emote button, but I suggest that you use the auto run button. So what you're gonna do is make sure that you have the opacity up at 100, and then you're gonna scale this down to the smallest that it can be scaled down to, and then you're gonna try and center it and the screen. And to make sure that it is correctly centered, you want to make sure that you go in a AI game, equip a gun with the red dot, and make sure that the auto run button, I should say, is in sync with the red dot on any gun that you are using. And this will make you a lot more accurate, because the dot that was previously there at the center of the crosshair, that is way too small. So now that you have something larger, like this, can actually focus more on this. You can focus more on the crosshair, and your shots will get more accurate. This is something that I highly suggest, and almost everyone does this. So alright, so while we are on the topic of crosshair, the other thing that I want to touch on is make sure that your crosshair has a good speed. Like, make sure that it can move around very fast. So make sure that you're comfortable with the sensitivity, that you can actually move your crosshair fast enough. And I don't really want to touch on sensitivity right here. I'll probably touch on it later down in the video. So in my opinion, learning how to control your crosshair is much more important when it comes down to aiming than actually scoping in itself, because if you actually watch one of my recent videos and you actually slow it down, you will see that my crosshair goes on the enemy. Crosshair is what I really use to aim onto them, then I actually shoot. So in my opinion right now, the scope in part is not as important to me again, unless it's especially in a SMG fight. So the crosshair is, in my opinion, one of the most important things right now, and this is because, as I said, the crosshair is your first sight of aim. So if your crosshair doesn't go on target when you're about to enter the gunfight, then that's when your sight starts jumping all over the place. Alright, so just in case I was speaking gibberish and some people didn't understand what I was saying, let me just go in a bot lobby just to really explain what I'm talking about. So yeah, this is my crosshair, and as you can see, I aim with my crosshair before I actually scope in. Sorry about that guys. I aim with my crosshair before I actually scope in, and this is because at 1, I have a high gyroscope on. I mean, this is higher than usual though, because I think I turned it up yesterday and forgot to turn it back down. But if you don't use gyroscope, then you can also have a high sensitivity. So let me show you how bad things would be if I actually wasn't aiming with my crosshair. So look at that. So I'm not even gonna aim my crosshair. It's how bouncy is other places. That's just what I mean. So as I said again, there are ways to speed up your crosshair. So one, you can either turn up your sensitivity, or two, if you have a very small phone like mine, which is 4.7 inches, then I would suggest that you consider using gyroscope. And I did make a gyroscope video as well. It will be in the cards right now, so you can go ahead and watch that one when it actually finishes. Because if you want gyroscope is one thing that I also should have gone in depth on, but because I've made so much videos on gyroscope, I didn't want to really take up the time right here. But if you want good aim, then you should definitely try practicing gyroscope from now and try to get comfortable with it. The next thing that you might want to do if you want a good aim is make sure that you have a good HUD that actually facilitates this. And this might sound like outplayed and stuff, but trust me, it actually, like, my aim has been the best since this week, and that is since I actually adjusted my HUD. So on screen right now, this is the HUD that I did use before, and this is the one that I am using right now. And as you can see, like, the differences is not really that big a deal. Only thing I did was actually move up the jump and the crouch button, and this actually drastically changed how I aim. Like, my aim is a lot more accurate. At first it was very hard for me to use SMG. It was hard for me to do close range fights overall, not just SMGs, but only thing I could actually use was AR. But since I actually made this adjustment, then I mainly specialize with SMGs right now, and something as small as this can drastically change your gameplay. I'm gonna show you why right now. And this is because for the HUD that most people use, the bottom right corner of your screen right here, that is where most people dedicate their aiming to. So you want to make sure that your finger is positioned at the right place to aim. So what I suggest is you move all your buttons and put them over the left side of the screen first, and you want to run a few pub games or a few bot lobby matches just to see like where your muscle movement carries your fingers. Because with the first HUD that I showed you, the main problem was where my jump and my crouch button was. That was actually where my finger needed to be to get the most accurate aim. So when I moved them now, was actually starting to get that aim. Because the thing is, my jump and crouch button were at the exact bottom of the screen, so I had to now adjust my finger up. The thing is, I could not win close range gun fights or SMG fights, and also it was almost impossible for me to play without gyro. So this is hands down one of the most important things in the video. The next thing, and something of very high importance that I want to talk about next, is reaction time. And it makes no sense that your aim is straight as an arrow if you're not gonna get those first few shots on target. Like, if you're not gonna get your shots on target before the enemy actually gets their shots on target, because it actually won't make any sense. So firstly, I want to touch on the perk Agile and the attachment Quick Draw. If you're using any gun in the game, any loadout at all, Quick Draw is always in my loadout. I never take this out. Even if I take out a foregrip, I will never take Quick Draw out of my loadout. So I'm expecting that. But the thing is, the other perk there is Agile. And if you are not a ADS player, like if you don't use ADS, then this is absolutely fine, because scope and shoot is a bit faster than ADS. But if you are using ADS, make sure that you have that Agile perk equipped. I mean, they did nerf the perk. It was 80% scoping time, but now they actually changed it, so I don't really know the actual percent that it actually works at, but it is still a pretty good perk. And I'm actually gonna get into the really important part, and this is the sensitivity. And if you don't know, sensitivity has a major thing to do with aim. So at first I was using fixed speed, but then I started using gyroscope, so I actually use now speed acceleration, and I put that at 140. Everything else basically is the same. So for the sensitivity now, so first I'm actually going to show you my sensitivity, and then I'm going to try and show you a way that you can find your sensitivity, because not everyone will have the same sensitivity. So I am using a phone with a 4.7-inch display, so this is the sensitivity that I use. So for camera sensitivity, I have the standard at 175, I have the ADS at 170, I have the tactical at 166, and I have the sniper sensitivity at 66. And camera sensitivity is basically when you are rotating your screen, or the crosshair I should say, but you are not firing. You are not hitting the fire button, but you are moving around. For the firing sensitivity, I have the standard at 122, I have the ADS at 155, the tactical at 122, and the sniper at 166. And yeah guys, I really have a very high sensitivity, so if this is not something that you're very comfortable with, then that's just fine. I will try and teach you how to set yours yourself. And I do use gyroscope, so my gyroscope sensitivity, this is normally at 200. I just changed it yesterday because I was trying out something. So this is at 200, the ADS is at 70. Sometimes I move the ADS because the ADS sensitivity for gyroscope is very important, so you're definitely going to want to set that to your comfort. Sometimes I put it as high as 85. I know someone who has theirs at 96. So as I said, not everyone will be the same, so you can try out this and then you adjust it based on how you like it. So if you're using this and you see that the crosshair is too jumpy, then you can turn down, or if you see that it is too slow, then you can turn up. It's all up to you. I think the smaller your device is, then the higher your sensitivity should be. So how I suggest you make your own sensitivity now, I suggest that you start at mid and you go in like a public match. I suggest that you go in a public domination Nuketown match, so you have that fast pace, and so people are always there to kill you. And the thing is, when you put that on normal, you want to turn it up or down until you feel as comfortable as possible. For me, this took about an hour or so. You think that the sensitivity that you have right now is the best? How I look at the game is, no matter how good I am, I can always do better. So if you think that your thing is too bouncy, or if you think that you can't control your crosshair good enough, then turn it down, or if not, then you can turn it up if it is too low. And I saw someone do a video saying if you can do a 180 flip with your sensitivity, then that means that it is the good sensitivity for you to use. I kind of agree with that in a way. I think that you can do that. So set a sensitivity, then you try and do a 180 with it, and if you do the 180 with it, then what I suggest that you do is play a few games with it, see how it actually is, and then you adjust it from that. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much. If you did watch, you are definitely a OG. I'm trying to get more consistent with the videos and the live streams. I think I'll be live streaming now 2 or 3 times a week, and I'm trying to upload daily content from now on, and I'm trying to get them well edited, well done videos. I don't want to rush anything. So thank you so much. And if you did learn anything from this video, I suggest that you go ahead and hit a like on this video, because I do really appreciate that. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow.